All right. Good morning, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the public hearing for the OLCC 2024 Hemp Implementation Rules Package. My name is Nicole Blase, and I am the Rules Coordinator for the Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Commission. Today is September 18th, 2024 at approximately 10:03 a.m. And this public hearing is being held virtually and is being recorded. The purpose of a public hearing is to give interested persons a reasonable opportunity to submit data and/or personal comments prior to the adoption of permanent rulemaking. This morning's hearing is being held in accordance with Chapter 183 of the Oregon Revised Statutes, otherwise known as the Administrative Procedures Act, Division 1 of Chapter 845 of the Commission's Administrative Rules, and Division 1 of Chapter 137 of the Oregon Administrative Rules, otherwise known as the Model Rules of Administrative Procedure. During this morning's hearing, we will accept comments from anyone who wishes to submit them. If you wish to submit written comment after today's hearing, you may do so, provided that all submissions are received by 12 p.m. on September 27th, 2024. You may submit written comment by emailing olcc.rulemaking@olcc.oregon.gov, and I will put that email in the chat. In accordance with OAR 137-001-0040, all public comments received on this matter, whether in the form of written document or oral testimony, will become a part of the permanent rulemaking record. Here is a summary of the proposed rule. Section 2 of 2024 House Bill 4121 directs the OLCC to develop by rule, a methodology to distinguish whether a cannabis plant is marijuana or industrial hemp for purposes of Sections 1, 4, 5, and 6 of this 2024 Act. The methodology must include testing criteria and cannabinoid concentrations above which immature or mature cannabis plants are presumptively considered to be marijuana. This is essentially re-implementing Section 41A of 2021 House Bill 3000, which was repealed January 1st of 2024. In 2021, the OLCC adopted OAR 845-026-4100 to implement that section. OAR 845-026-4100 was repealed January 2nd, 2024, following the repeal of the statute it was implementing. Commission staff proposed to re-implement substantially the same provisions that were previously in OAR 845-026-4100 to enable presumptive testing of hemp crops in the 2024 growing season. At this time, I do not have anyone signed up to give testimony. Is there anybody on the virtual hearing today that would like to provide testimony? If you could please raise your hand in Teams, or if you are calling in, interject. Yes, I see a Seth Crawford. Please state your name and your affiliation for the record.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm Seth Crawford. I'm the co-founder of Oregon CBD. We're Oregon's oldest industrial hemp farm and the nation's leading provider of industrial hemp seed. I also serve in a couple different roles. One is as an industrial hemp commissioner, and I also serve on a couple different oversight committees for Oregon State University's Global Hemp Innovation Center. My comments are specifically relating to one particular section in the proposed rules, and it is directly related to the presumptive marijuana testing. And I'm just here to basically give you a little bit of information about what's happened in the last couple years, because the Oregon Department of Agriculture has been the agency responsible for the most part for actually overseeing and implementing the first version of these rules. And we had some significant concerns with not on the flowering side, but on immature plants. So the biggest issue that we've run into is that ODA over the last 2 years has been using these boxes. These are Orange Photonics liquid chromatography boxes. I own 2 of them. I've run more samples through these than just about any person on the planet for cannabinoid potency. I do not use them anymore because they are not accurate. They would not stand up in a court of law, and they will not give you accurate information for the questions that you are asking for immature plants. And my concern right now is that there's no real guide rails there for how this rule and how these specific numbers are going to be implemented from a testing procedure. I think this is a very easy fix, and what I would recommend is that just one part of a sentence be included at the beginning of that presumptive marijuana section, and it would be that the testing that is done must subscribe to the same testing being used in OAR 603, 048, 0600, Section 4, which is the requirement that is mandated for industrial hemp growers and the labs that are doing pre-harvest compliance testing. If you use that same methodology and have those same requirements in place, you'll end up getting accurate results. If you use these boxes like you guys have done, like the Department of Agriculture has done, and some of the enforcement agents coming out and doing the testing have done the last 2 years, you're going to end up with substantial problems, specifically on the immature flower side. Or I'm sorry, not flowers, but the immature plant side. So that's basically all I had to say. There's a lot more information and data that obviously go along with that. And I would encourage you to maybe speak with a couple of the chemists that work for the Department of Agriculture, who happen to be 2 of the most revered cannabis chemists in the United States, Matthew Otten and Roger Volker, both of which will give you a very good overview of why these boxes are inappropriate for testing at the 0.3% THC level or for ratios on immature plants. I will be providing written testimony to that effect and some of the other larger concerns that we have as a holder of germplasm, as a holder of plants that would not meet these criteria but are federally legal as industrial hemp. And I'll hopefully be able to provide a little bit more oversight, but happy to answer any questions, but just wanted to provide this little bit of overview of the issues that I'm seeing with the presumptive marijuana testing side.
Great. Thank you so much, Seth, for your testimony. Is there anybody else on the call today that would like to provide testimony at today's hearing? If you want to raise your hand in Teams or interject where appropriate. All right. As stated in the notice, this hearing will end at 11 a.m. However, if no interested parties have emailed or raised their hand to offer comment today, we will conclude the hearing at 5 minutes after the last oral comment has been recorded into the record. If we do not receive any testimony by 10:30 or so, we will go ahead and conclude the meeting. Is there anybody that has joined us that would like to provide testimony today? All right, I will go ahead and wait a few more minutes to see if anybody else has joined us that would like to provide testimony. Again, we are in the public comment period. So if you would like to provide written comment after today's hearing, you are welcome to do so, as long as they are received no later than 12 p.m. on September 27th. Is there anybody that's just joined us that would like to provide testimony today? All right, I'm going to wait maybe 10 minutes or so to see if we get any folks that are joining us late that would like to provide testimony. And if I have not heard from anyone, we will conclude the hearing at that time.
Nicole, is it appropriate to be able to ask a question just about the composition of the rack that was put together for this particular set of rules?
Hi, Seth. So today's meeting is our public hearing. So this is just for public testimony. If anybody would like to have a conversation or a dialogue afterward, please contact us and we're happy to do so. But today is strictly for oral testimony for the record.
Then I'd like to just add one more comment to the record, and this would be relating to the fact that we're dealing with industrial hemp rules, and this was not something that was brought to the attention of Oregon's Industrial Hemp Commission, so that individuals who may have an interest in this could have served on that Rules Advisory Committee. And I'm just hoping that in the future, the OLCC, if they're tasked with overseeing hemp products and hemp rules, may be able to incorporate some of the folks that have been working on those hemp rules for the last decade. And that would be the end of my comments for today, and thank you.
All right, thank you, Seth. Is there anybody that has just joined us that would like to provide testimony for the public hearing today? All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. I will keep this public hearing open until about 10:20. And if I do not hear from anyone to provide testimony, we will conclude the hearing. Thank you. Is there anybody that has just joined us that would like to provide testimony for today's hemp implementation public hearing? All right, everyone, the time is now 10:20. Final call for testimony for today's hemp implementation public hearing. All right, at this time, there have been no further requests to submit comment, so we are going to conclude the hearing. Please remember that written comments must be received no later than September 27th at 12 p.m. to be considered for the final rulemaking record. Thank you for your interest and participation today, and everyone have a great rest of your day. Thank you.